Okay, so we're going to break down that 30,000 that we said it's for 1 month for one person, okay? Because the last time we did our budgeting with 200k, a person who earns 200k from ride sharing, we said feeding should be around 30k, okay? And another thing I also remember saying was the toiletry should be like 10k, and I realized I think majority of the people in ride sharing are guys. For girls, yeah, they spend that much. But for guys, we don't do grooming as much, yeah? It's just one Vaseline or Ori and all that, and we're good. We don't do grooming as much. We may not really need to spend that much. So that means an extra to save, or an extra to go into personal, or an extra to go into feeding, whatever the case, yeah? But I'm still going to keep it at that, because there are also women who drive. And I'm sure women, they do spend a lot on grooming. They have like 7 towels to start with, and a whole lot of other things. Anyway, 30k. Now, before I start, there are 2 main caveats I want to give to you. Number 1, you can't buy food outside. With this, our budgeting system, there is no room for mama puts. There is no space for, let me buy that buns. Let me buy that akara for breakfast. Or let me buy something, lunch. There's this suya. There's this, there's this, that. There is absolutely no room for any of this with this type of budget, okay? The point is, all right, you cannot buy things outside. There is no budget for it. If you must buy anything outside, it doesn't come from your food money, it comes from your personal money. So if you have enough in personal, why not go ahead and buy suya and buy masa and buy whatever else you want to buy? But it can't come from your feeding money. This also means no Indomie and 2 egg on, they call those people that make tea, meshai. You can't just randomly, yes, meshai, give me this and give me and whatever. You don't do that. Not with our feeding money. Absolutely no room for outside buying. That's number 1 caveat. Number 2, you must know how to cook, because unless you have somebody who will prepare it for you, otherwise everything we're talking about with our 30k budget has to be made at home. You can't go outside and buy maybe akara and then make the pap at home. No, that's not allowed. That's cheating actually. So everything has to be made by you at home. And what I'm about to give to you is just like a baseline for you to build on it. Some people like some things more than others. Some people like rice, some people like beans, some people like yam, whatever the case. But this is just a foundation to build on. This is just a proof to let you know that it might actually work, but you really have to cut down on, well, the extras you tend to feast upon. So here goes. For a month, remember, we're talking about for a month for one person with 30,000. Let's feed one person with 30,000 for a month. So I would buy yam, not a 10 piece, I'll buy a half, 5 piece, which is around 3,500, because the full piece the last time I bought was like 7,000. It also depends on where you buy. I don't know what your prices are, but well, I got for 7,000, so the half piece is for 35. Rice, I got the one they sell 2,000. For the entire month, I got like 2 mudu, yeah, or you need like 2 mudu if you live alone, and yeah, you should be fine. Then beans, you can get like up to 3 mudu. Now, why beans is a lot more is because from beans you can also make moi moi, you can make akara. See, this is why you need to know how to cook, because otherwise you just be eating beans. I don't even know if you know how to eat beans, cook beans, but you need to know how to do some of these things in order to really enjoy it. Then let's come to soup. I don't know the kind of soup you eat, but I wrote egusi here. I'm guessing that one is like more generic. I don't think I've ever met a person who hates egusi. Then we have ogbono. For you, it could be different. Maybe banga, white soup. White soup. whatever thing you eat for your native, you know what it is, you know how much it costs, but give or take, most of my numbers here are actually more of a general estimate, not exact. Then you need gari. Perhaps you drink it, perhaps you use it as a swallow, whatever it is, but for one person I think 2 mudu should be enough. You're not supposed to eat that much gari. It's actually bad for, this is not a health thing though, but 2 mudu is enough. Then you need like a bottle of red oil, right? One whole bottle costs you around maybe 1.5, 1.7. The last time I got was 1.5, so that's why I wrote 1.5 here. Then groundnut oil, not groundnut oil, vegetable oil, cost around 1.8 the last time I got. Crayfish cost around, this was like quarter mudu, yeah, not half, quarter. Like when it's blended, it tends to go on for like 2 months, 3 months actually. So you don't even need this much that I wrote here. But just to avoid buying things in cups, that's why I wrote quarter mudu. But you don't, like, maybe 2 cups might actually be enough for you for the entire month as one person. Unless you use crayfish for your rice. The only place you need crayfish, I think, is beans and soups. Yeah. Then maybe fish for your soup, especially dry fish. You need protein, so you don't go and die. I wrote like 2K. Depending on the kind of fish you use, either the dry one or the roasted one, whatever the case. I just kept it around 2K. Then you need onion. Onion don't spoil, so you can buy it a lot. Like 500 for one person should be good enough. Depending again on where you buy it, don't buy from the people who don't sell a lot. They are going to give you like one piece for 100 naira. But if you buy from people who sell a lot, you get more. You get more. Yeah. Then sugar, I need you to buy half mudu. I don't know you, but I know you like sugar. I know. So buy half mudu instead of buying all those 100 naira to 200. That's very, very wasteful. Buy half mudu. It probably, if you don't take sugar that much, you should be good for like 2 months with 1.3 worth of sugar. I bought for 1.3, so that's why I put 1.3 there. Then snacks. Snacks could be fruit, it could be mango, it could be groundnuts for people who like to drink gari. Could be kuli kuli also for gari. It could be your masa actually. So snack is like very generic, but it's just something you eat in between meals, right? You snack on something if you're feeling hungry but it's not yet lunchtime, or if you're feeling kind of hungry after dinner, you snack on something. You could decide to go for like granite, like the whole mudu. Don't buy the bottled one, right? There are people who sell the unpeeled version, and then they just sell it to you in mudu. It's a lot cheaper. Like a mudu I think goes for like 3,000, but you can buy half for 1.5 and you still get like the same amount that you would have gotten if you got the entire bottle, even probably more. They'll even peel it for you. Again, depends on where you buy, but try and check up on these things in case you've not been doing so. The bottled one is actually nice as a gift, but since you're just going to eat it anyway, you don't care for the bottle. Because I used to buy it a lot. One time I had heaps of bottles in my house. I didn't realize, no, you could just buy from, it's already fried, but it's not yet peeled. So when you buy it, they like roughly peel it without being so attentive to making sure the granule doesn't break. Put it inside the bottle, because they're also selling you the bottle, you understand? They don't expect you to bring it back. So I had like heaps of bottle all over until I discovered, oh yeah, I didn't have to. They're just going to peel it tight for me in a leather, and I come home and turn it into a bottle. So it was a lot more cheaper, and I got really huge quantity for that. Next is your Maggi. You're going to be needing Maggi for most of your meals, so buy half pack or full pack. In this case, I wrote half pack, depending on the brand you use. There's Knorr, there is Star, I think it's Terra, the other one. I don't know what brand you use, but I just kept it at like 1,000. I think Knorr went as high as 1.2 if I'm not mistaken. and the rest. Then there's dry pepper. Dry pepper, because if you buy fresh pepper, then you better make sure that your fridge is always working. Sometimes it still gets soggy, it's sometimes irritating, so you can't really buy it in bulk unless you buy it in bulk and then you blend it and you keep it in your fridge, and then you have to pray that there's no power cuts or power failures. But if you just buy the dry pepper, I think you're good, right? Buy the dry pepper, they grind it for you, and then you use it for all your meals. That's for 700. Then salt, you definitely need salt. Buy the pack, don't buy, I don't know how else people buy salt, but you know, the pack. Then we have miscellaneous. Miscellaneous covers things like potato, leaf could be like water leaf, green, ugu, bitter leaf, whatever leaf that you prefer to use. Fufu, if you are the kind of person who likes to use swallow for soup. Then pap, if you also enjoy taking pap. Fruits, oranges, pineapple. From time to time you eat these things. And then spices. Spices could be curry, thyme, whatever else you add to your meal. Those are what spices are. So for everything here, landed exactly at 30,000. As your income improves, so too should your food. So realize that I didn't even add meat in here. I was so conscious of myself. Personally, I don't really eat that. So for you now, maybe you do. So you prefer the meat to the fish. So you can tweak that. You can change that. All right? That's also something that you can do. So this is just a base for you to build on. I'm not saying stick to it, but I'm just trying to show you that it is possible. You could decide to cook one meal per day, like cook rice and eat it the entire day. The next day cook beans, eat it the entire day. Next day, you understand, instead of like having to really cook in the morning, cook in the afternoon, and in the evening. I don't know how many times you eat in a day, but presumably everybody eat 3 times a day. So you just want to just, you know, make it once and be, right? So yeah, that's the idea. For instance, now for another person, they may prefer to eat potato, right? You can interchange that with something on the list. For another person, if you like opatu, apparently you can actually buy it and make it. I used to think it's just a commercial thing. You can also buy it and make it at home. And when it comes to this miscellaneous, now the reason why they are all under miscellaneous is because the prices are not static, depending on how you want to eat. For instance, the fruits, you can eat fruit. You can take fruit once in a week. Okay, let's say on Sundays you make sure you buy orange of, let's say, 200, 300, and then you have that's your fruit for the week. Yeah, these things can always improve, but just make sure you stay within the bounds of certain budget. Okay, so as you go along, I believe your experiences are going to help you. Yeah, the idea is okay, let's say for instance the meat. Now if you buy 1,000 naira meat for every meal, let's say for every rice that you cook or every soup that you make, you will find that by the end of the month you spent almost 10,000 more. Almost 10,000 more. But just by eliminating that, you realize, oh my God, I just saved myself 10,000, and that's money that goes into other things. You understand? So that's what budgeting is all about. It's all about delayed gratification. It's all about discipline. It's all about trying to tell yourself that, yeah, maybe it's not okay to do this. Again, remember, we have that personal money. Should, in case you're feeling so tight and stifled, you can always take from your personal money and do whatever it is you want to do. You want to go to Barbecue Nation. Oh, there's no Barbecue Nation here, but you want to eat a barbecue chicken or fish or fries or pizza, whatever it is, it comes out from your personal money. All right, but as long as budgeting is concerned, you keep to these rules. Okay.